Welcome to our deep dive. Today, we're looking at, well, a really unexpected source of wisdom for modern life. We're exploring a text that looks into Lord Ram, not just as some figure from mythology, but more like a blueprint, almost, for challenges you might be dealing with today. And what these sources do, quite brilliantly, I think, is lay out these then and now comparisons. They show how these ancient principles can, actually guide us right now. We're going to pull out some genuinely fresh ideas here.
Absolutely. And what's really compelling, I find, is that these old stories offer tangible, actionable stuff for your daily life. So whether that's making really difficult decisions or maybe building unity or just, keeping your cool under pressure, we'll try and extract the bits that really matter for you.
Okay, so let's jump in. The sources often point to Lord Ram as Maryada Purushottam, the perfect man, right? Known for always sticking to the truth, never breaking promises. And this isn't just ancient history. It's about choosing ethics over comfort. You see that in personal life, professional life. Honestly, the power of just integrity, being honest, it feels maybe more vital than ever when truth seems, well, negotiable sometimes.
Right. And that's where these texts get quite deep. They talk about Ram's really hard decisions. Think about the exile of Sita. The sources frame it less as personal cruelty and more as a leader making an ultimate sacrifice, for the kingdom's moral standing as he saw it. It's a stark lesson, really, about duty versus personal feelings, especially for leaders today. It
Right.
shows integrity can come at a huge personal cost.
And speaking of leadership, the sources talk a lot about Ram Raja, this sort of utopian ideal of rule fair, transparent, people first. Now, some might hear utopian rule and think, okay, that's just fantasy. But how do the sources make this ideal governance feel relevant or inspiring for leaders now?
That's a really important question because you have this figure described as a compassionate king who stays humble even with immense power. That offers quite a contrast to some leadership styles we see now. The sources present Ram Raja not as some impossible dream state, but as something to strive for, a model for leading with compassion, with justice, equality. It feels incredibly relevant for, say, politics, public service. It asks us to think is real power about how you use it for others, not just for yourself.
Yeah, definitely. And moving beyond that sort of individual ethic or grand governance, what really hit me was Ram's way of building unity and staying calm under, well, unbelievable stress. The texts tell us how he built alliances with all sorts of beings, humans, Vanars, these intelligent monkey warriors, and even unlikely figures like Vibhishan, a Rakshasa, traditionally an adversary, who chose the righteous path over family ties. That's such a powerful lesson about inclusion, collaboration, really embracing difference in society, at work. I mean, imagine the divides he was bridging there.
Totally. And despite everything he faced, you mentioned betrayals, exile, war, huge personal losses, the sources stress how remarkably calm and composed he stayed. This isn't presented as just being passive, though. It's more like an active, deliberate focus on his purpose. What strikes you about that composure when everything's hitting the fan? It's not just staying calm, is it? It seems more like a core discipline for extreme situations.
Exactly. It's foundational. So what we've really seen today is that Lord Ram is much more than just a figure from stories. He's presented as this timeless role model. Like our sources put it so well, greatness is not in power, but in how we use it for righteousness, service, and love.
Right. If you connect that to the bigger picture, today's world with its conflict, stress, often self-centeredness, this deep dive, I think, shows how these ancient principles can offer kind of clarity, a sense of calm, and real character. So maybe the final thought for you listening is this. How might embracing just one of these qualities, maybe that unwavering integrity or compassionate leadership or just remarkable composure, how might that shift your own approach to a challenge you're facing right now?